It is my honor and privilege to invite the backbone of our school, a dynamic leader who gives us endless motivation, inspiration, and encouragement, without which none of this would have been possible. Please help me welcome the principal, Miss Asna Nafis, to enlighten us with her inspiring words.
Thank you, Jalila. President Mr. Hassan Chogle, Board of Directors, Mr. Rocky, Mr. George, Mr. Harish, Mr. Gopi, Mr. Sridharan, the better halves of our EC members, members of the management, special invitees, Mr. Abdulal Saleh, Ms. Rashmi Agarwal, principals from our sister concerns, special guests who have been waiting for this occasion, special invitees and representatives from neighboring schools, parents, teachers, my strength, my key functionaries, the vice principals, the HMs, the coordinators, and the core of this evening, the young talent of our school. A very good evening. We are almost struggling to accommodate parents into the auditorium. I think a good evening should be much, much louder. Good evening. I forgot to mention, of course, the Fiji staff who are with us, Mr. Sunil, who's representing Fiji, which is an integrated program at our school. This evening is a very, very special evening because after a long period of unprecedented challenges that we faced, we are back in the auditorium celebrating our annual day for the whole school. This evening, we have taken up a topic which is very current, very, very important, very dear to each one of us because we are dealing with the future. And if we are to leave a better future, we need to care for nature today. So our topic is also based on something that's again very current, G20 presidency that India has recently been awarded, and our government is doing a lot in line with the G20. If those who have attended the embassy events, the dinner hosted by the ambassador, His Excellency Dr. Deepak Mittal on the occasion of the Republic Day, there was a lot that was being spoken on G20 advocacies on the millet year. At DPS Modern Indian School, as you are very aware, we do things that go into minute details. And like Mr. Sachin Shankpal, the first secretary, just mentioned, you could have noticed the fine detailing that went into composing the Qawwali, setting it to a tone that spreads the message through a fun way on saving our environment. This evening marks 22 years of excellence at DPS Modern Indian School. 22 years that have taken us from shore to shore in the form of alumni. Thank you, Adrika, for coming down, addressing, and motivating our children because students like you are flag bearers and ambassadors of our school. And look at how she is doing so well. I read a lot on Adrika through her Facebook page, her LinkedIn page, and of course, yes, through her volunteering activities that get covered in the newspapers. Well done. I think those are good examples that our young children should follow. We at DPS Modern Indian School have always believed that we are a school with a difference. And every single child who gets accepted in our school is a child who's very dear, very special to us. Every single parent who's associated with us is our most important stakeholder. I thank all our parents for coming out in large numbers in support of everything that we do at DPS Modern Indian School. When we talk about climate advocacy, we can't wait for somebody else to take the action. Each one of us has to be the change that we wish to see in the world. May I request on this occasion that we as parents teach our children the value of being satisfied with whatever comes your way, with whatever you have, not running after consumerism and capitalism, because that is what our children are being fed on. If young children were to be just trained to be digitalized, I'm again repeating, only trained to be digitalized, we are losing a race. We are human. We have to be humane. Teaching our children to be humane is the key word. Tomorrow, if schools are to run and children are to come to the four walls, my belief as an administrator, as an academician, is that we need to teach our children the core values that are embedded in every single culture, every single religion that the world follows. If we look at the recent FIFA being held by Qatar, the lessons learned are on sustainability. Everything that Qatar did was something on sustainable development goals, sustainability of the environment, the climate culture that had to be set. A small dot of a nation took the decision and they lived by it. Be it the Rig Vedas, be it the Bible, be it the Quran, all of them teach one thing. God created us as the stakeholders or the captains of the earth. Are we as human beings doing enough as captains of the world? Are we doing enough to preserve the environment? Are we doing enough to take care of other living beings that are there on this planet? Are we doing enough for each other's sake? With the war in Ukraine, with famines, tornadoes, blizzards, snowstorms, it's all in our face. And if we are educating our children to become doctors, engineers, the very favorite professions, lawyers, finance advocates, and of course a plethora of other creative fields, is that enough? Is something that I would like you to think on. Is it just enough to make a child a professional? Or is it more important to make a human being out of the child? I think every school should own up the responsibility of making disciplined human beings who understand just not themselves, but the value of a coexisting human or a live animal or a bird or a plant. Unless we don't do this, we are not going to be good flag bearers of this earth. If this has been handed over to us, I think we need to send the message across that we need to take care of Mother Earth. The entire annual day that you're going to sit back, relax, and watch is being scripted in-house, and it has a certain, cerebral idea behind it. The idea is to convey a message which is very, very heavy, but in a fun way. The message of environment protection, endangered species, climate change, pollution. These are topics that probably don't attract anybody. But our team of teachers, our dedicated team of vice principals, Ms. Soma, Ms. Shifa, Ms. Mary, the HMs, Ms. Sini, and the activity coordinators, Ms. Maniksha, Ms. Sonal, and Ms. Maria went out of the way with the dance, music, scripting department to put in an idea which is very difficult and make it worth watching. The script is completely written in-house. The music is set in-house. The IT has been done in-house. The costumes have been done in-house. You could see the kawali that's in-house. I think everything that is there here, there is a thought behind it. It requires a big round of applause. I would fail if in absentia I did not thank His Excellency Mr. Hammam, his daughter, Ms. Aisha, who have always sent across their good wishes to us. It's a Thursday evening, so they are committed to other family requirements, so they couldn't come, but they have sent in their best wishes to us. Our management, the more I speak, the smaller I feel about it. They are people who are the flag bearers. Anything that we request is just okayed. They understand the thought behind what we are doing. Every little detail of this evening has been planned, keeping recycling or probably environment conservation in mind. And when we put across certain things to sirs, they just, go ahead, ma'am. You're on the right track. Thank you for that support, sirs. You're always there for us. And I think the school excels when the management understands what academics is. A kudos to the entire management for understanding how academics works with a focus only on holistic development, not on only academic excellence. Let's not imagine marks are equal to a good human beings. Marks have very little to do with a good human being. A good human being in today's world is a person who can sustain values, be perseverant in his job. Maybe when they enter the job market, the culture change, the culture shock, they're able to absorb it and are resilient to face change, because Every 2 years, I hear my alumni coming back and saying, ma'am, we are changing our job, ma'am. We thought this is not the area that concerns us. We are not very passionate about it. We want to do something new. So unless we teach our children to be flexible, adaptable, I don't think we are successful as educationists, as school leaders, because school doesn't define just marks. It has to go much beyond that. And to all my parents, I request you to be the supporting pillar. Board exams are next, around the corner. This is a set of children who have just written nothing in the form of board exams. 2.5 years, they've passed their 10th without writing exams. 11th, they have just got through without examinations. It is this set of grade 12 that requires great support. And I expect that support to come from you parents, because our team of teachers deserve a big round of applause for all the effort that they're putting in for grade 10, 11, and 12, 9, 10, 11, 12. There is a huge change in the way children behave post-COVID. We need each other's support. We have always believed that you are the stakeholders who are required to hold hands along with the child so that the child walks the path smoothly and has a happy schooling. When we talk about climate change, you must have heard a lot of characters, a lot of important people around who are talking about climate advocacy. Is it just that we listen to climate advocacy? Is it just we speak about environmental protection? Or do we take action today? It's necessary for us to go back with these thoughts. The theme, One Earth, One Family, One Future, is for each one of us to sit back, think, what is my contribution in making the world a better place for the generation next? May we have children who do not become bots, but become human beings, because that is the special power the Lord has given us. Let us continue to be good human beings, learn values, and spread those values to others. I think we are so blessed because a host country where we live and the motherland, both of them are hand in hand where sustainability is concerned. Our children have the double advantage of learning from two big cultures. Let's help our children become better human beings. And to all my team, a wonderful job done. I've been through the run-throughs till 10 in the night, 8 in the night. We've been sitting through, going through each child's work, each teacher's work. And I must say that this is one team, one family, one future, DPS Modern Indian School. Long live for many, many years to come. Whether we are here, we are not here. The school will go on because it is in the safest hands, that is our teachers, our management, and you parents. God bless each member of the DPS Modern Indian School family. We would be nobody without each other. Let us co-live, co-respect, and co-value each other's so that we have a brighter, beautiful world to live in. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your enlightening and fervent speech.